can set things on fire and then hit them. What's happened to you? You're like corrupted by this. It's time for more alchemy. Wanna be a phony like me? Subscribe now and check out the Xylophoney merch, link in the description below.
What has happened? What are we fighting for? Now we can't go back and we can't move on. No point to pretend anymore. I've been strung out, starting to lose my soul. But you went too far and I won't back down. I'm heading for another door. It was only a matter of timing. I never needed you around it, but we keep running round and round. 'Cause you're not safe with me around. You best move out before I detonate. You come too far out of bounds. You better plan for your getaway, or I detonate on the
Woo to you. It is among the final moments to cast your vote on who will be the pack's new beta. So if you haven't done that already, just hit the link, vote, channel the ancestors, and do us proud for the pack. But there's been a miracle today, and I don't mean the miracle of 5 lucky blocks raining down upon me thanks to you. No, these will be opened later. So keep on liking, but I am talking about the miracle of life, the miracle of lack of death, the miracle of a surviving Sparkles. That's right. Sparkles 13X has survived over 48 hours without being destroyed. I heard many of our Sparkles have had some very difficult times. They've packed up, moved away, maybe exploded. I don't know for sure. But this one's here to stay. Ain't that right? Ain't that right, Spike? I was afraid he was about to explode there. But ain't that right, Sparkles 13? He's good. I think we finally found a keeper. This one's smart. He's tough. He's not going to be fought off by anything. And why are there sparkles going on over here? What was all that pink stuff going on? What was that? Why are you making spider noises? When was there a spider here? I get why there's dog noises, but... Alright, so the parrots have stopped taunting me by using the sounds of the previous sparkles. Now we have a living sparkles, so make his sounds. That sounds good. Ah, there's the purple again. What's down here? Is there something down here? No. Keep seeing that little magical flicker. Is it the bone? Should I take it? No, that's Hannah's bone. Oh, well. We need to work on our magic today. The magic of... Really? Who's been messing with my stuff? I was gonna say the magic of embers, but clearly someone's messing with my ritual site. How can we honor the ancestors if it's covered in dirt? Let's see, a bone and fire. What is someone trying to do here? Let's see, there's dark oak, a wooden sword. I'm trying to see if this is something I did, but I don't recognize putting these ingredients down. A lot of dark oak, birch, and a wooden sword. The items of fire and bone. That just sounds like it's something dirty. Let's check the runic tablet to see if we can learn anything about what kind of ritual that someone was trying to make. I mean, there's fire here. That's not a good thing. I know there's a fire spell. That's the first one we're going to check out. Let's see, Fire Blast. Not all of the rituals are for happy, fun purposes like toggling rain or bringing your pet pig back to life. The Flare ritual uses fiery materials from the nether, as well as some volatile fuels to burn mobs inside a very large area around the altar. Okay, what is this made of? Okay, so that takes coal, flint, and infernal bulbs. That is not the ingredients listed in this. So that's good. What about sacrifice? This takes dark oak and blaze powder, but it looks like there's a bone involved in whatever this ritual is. And I don't quite see the bone in any of these. What about life drain? Ooh, there is a sword here. Fire and... Someone was trying to do life drain. We saw the wooden sword and dark oak bark in there. That's the closest thing I've seen to anything that would be one of these rituals. Yeah, the wooden armor wouldn't have it. The other armor wouldn't have it. The staff, no sword involved. Monster reanimation? Nope, no sword there. I doubt the animal reanimation would have it. And yeah, I was expecting a fire blast, but it's definitely someone was trying to life drain. The life force present in hostile mobs is corrupt and tainted. With this ritual, you have developed a means of taking life force for more beneficial purposes. This will damage all hostile mobs in a large area and divide the damage dealt evenly among nearby players in the form of healing. So it's not inherently evil, and it's not something that would harm the pack, but someone was up to something here. The question is, why? There's definitely dark oak and swords in there, and there's definitely blaze powder and bone there. I saw only 2 items here, and I was thinking there might be a missing item, but that's exactly what someone was trying to do. Why'd they pile up dirt everywhere as well? I don't know. We have a mystery to figure out. But that'll have to save for another day. Sure don't think I have coarse dirt. Sweet. So we now have coarse dirt, but we also have some embers to work on. Ooh, one more thing I should point out before we get started is over here, it appears that this growth stone has been working very well. We have all the crops pretty much regrown. I think at least they've regrown. I don't remember. But I think that I picked all of this wheat and I didn't. Yeah, why is this line not here? Okay, so it might be working, it might not be working. But we have a good renewable supply of verdant sprigs. Oh, that's probably why there's these lines missing. Someone who is messing with those rituals probably came and picked a bunch of stuff for their verdant sprigs, so they could do those roots rituals. Well, I'll harvest up a line here, and then if that grows, we'll know it's working. If it doesn't, well then, so be it. Not that I need more verdant sprigs right now, we pretty much finished roots, but you get the idea. Just would like to have Packhaven nice and well fed, if I can help it. There we go. Let's put the rest of these into the table, and head over to our laboratory. So, the main plan today is to work on the magic of alchemy, or at least the magic of alchemy when it comes to embers. So, that should be able to get us some pretty cool weapons, and some other stuff that we're gonna need if we want to advance our magic. Jeez, this thing is getting big. Can you just go away? Go away. Now, ow. Now. Just now. Here, eat some spider eyes and go away. Oh, there's another big one over there. One of these actually went away, and then this big purple seed popped up like right over here and started spewing all this ook everywhere. But don't worry, I got a giant laser beam that dealt with that thing. So we know how to take care of a thing or two. We have the things currently turned off right now because we got plenty of ember, but this is continuously filling it into this one. Since we had that running all day, let's see how much ember we have. Almost 100,000 just in this one, which I believe was the max. Actually, yeah, I think exactly 96,000, or maybe it was 92,000 was the maximum capacity of our previous setup. So that means we already have more ember than we've ever had before. And I'm pretty sure we got some over here as well. Yeah, we got another like 30,000 on most of these machines. So that's good. Let's, well, that's just not working apparently. So let's put all that grit over there. I still don't know what I can do with the grit, but we'll figure that out. Of course, these crystals are no longer being pumped into here. They're being pumped directly into here. And this thing is continuously making us more ember. You better not mess with my ember source. You hear that, you weird tentacle thing? You hear that? I think we have come to a mutual understanding. Alright, let's get some of this stuff off of these things, because that's probably not a very good thing to have. Anyway, let's get some leaves, because we need one ingredient in a whole lot of bulk for this to work. And that ingredient is ash. So we have this crucible thing over here, and this over here. I forget the actual name of it. But that'll get us tons of ash. Now, it's very easy to make it. It just takes some time and takes some ember. So you got to make sure you get it all going. I think I do want to, if I'm going to be using a lot of alchemy, I'm going to want to make a system where I have, you know, multiple systems of these piping ash into a chest. And perhaps, ooh, I could probably use one of those dropper things like I have up there to just drop leaves on top of here and make a full double chest of ash within just one machine. So that sounds like a good idea. But let's get to alchemy here. So as you see, we have some ingredients right down here. And we have this, alchemical waste. We've mostly figured out how to do this. So we're going to make one item today. And that item is tirfing. Well, we're probably going to make more than one item, but this is the first one. So we can, you know, express how well this can go. So we are going to need a lead sword as the final ingredient on that table. So let's go ahead and grab that. and I'll try to explain how this goes as I make it all happen. So, essentially, those 5 ingredients, as you can see right here, are all put down onto the table. Once I do the whole alchemical process on it, we can get this sword. But all this is the important part, the amount of ash we need to imbue into this magical sword. So, we have these different magical amulet things. One's made out of silver, and one's made out of lead. Unfortunately, some of them just take silver, but I don't have to touch the silver. It can just sit right there on that pedestal. And I don't have to touch it, but I do have to like put some ash into there. In fact, I do for this. Now, the alchemical waste is what happens when I put the wrong amount of silver or the wrong amount of ash into those little pedestals. So, this means I was off by 12 for the silver and the lead. And to get that result, essentially what I did was I put in 64 of each of those. So that was the minimum, possible amount that it could be. It doesn't tell you exactly what the recipe is. So, all we gotta do is start with the base amount, 64. We're off by 12, so that means we need to make it 72 ash in each of these pedestals. However, that may mean that I need multiple pedestals to really make this work, unless I'm just gonna put more ash in halfway through. So let's get another lead thing and another silver thing. I don't know if I made another lead thing. Let's go check that out, because those were the most recently made ones up here. And we have lead plates. And, there we go. We have a lead aspectus. Just one, too, and that's exactly what we needed. So I'm sure we could do it just by placing the stuff, also in it, like after it uses up a little bit, but this will be fine. We're gonna have to grab a silver one, but I got plenty of them. And plenty of ash, it would seem, as well. But we'll grab the fresh ash out of here. And now, we can make the magic happen. So, what did I say I needed? Well, it's 64 plus 12, so it's 76. So, what is 2/2 of 76? Well, I believe that would be 38. So, let's get some piles of 38 in here. Which is actually not too hard to do. Okay, maybe it didn't exactly equate how I thought in my mind, but this is good. And I think if I put exactly this amount into 2 of those, then we should be okay. So let's grab that, and that. And this one goes under the silver aspectus. This one goes under the lead. This one goes under the lead, and I can't believe I was holding this one for so long. And this one goes under silver. So hopefully I did my math right there. And it should be 74 for all of them. Now all it takes is a giant beam! And as you see, magic is enacted. And instead of getting this alchemical waste, which I'll just put in this chest right now, we will get ourselves that Tierfing sword. Now before I get too excited, we're gonna have to jot this down in the book. So it's just Tierfing. So let's make sure we write that down. And it was 76 of silver and 76 lead. And I marked this down in this book just so if I ever want to make the item again, I don't have to go through the whole process of math. But hopefully this should work. If it doesn't, it's going to give me more alchemical waste and I'm going to be very upset. But the process sometimes takes more time. Actually, since it has a whole lot of ash going into it, it's going to take a little while. So let's get some more leaves cooked up. We're going to need continuous ash for the alchemical process, which is okay, I guess. It's just, it's a process. Maybe we should try to make that automated system. I would need, but those are, I don't really have extra plinths. Well, I could do it with at least 3. So I would need some plinths. I would need some item transfers. I guess I wouldn't need item transfers. I just need some bins. So let's grab some bins and, you hear that sound? Sounds like everything's complete. And I think I would need like at least 6 bins and then some chests. Let's just use, regular chests. Let's do that. Okay, and aha! We nailed it. We now have this Tierfing sword. This thing, look at that glow on it. As it glows purple like that. That's pretty cool. Now, this isn't the strongest weapon I've ever made. As you can see, it only does 4 damage. But it deals damage based on the target's armor. So up against really heavy armored targets, this will do a whole lot more. Curious how we could test this out, but I think it's pretty cool. So obviously it can clear up that stuff. It does have a limited durability. Oh, that's a fairly limited durability, but it's not too bad. Let's put this sword away for now, and then we'll see if we want to test it out on something later on. What other processes could we make with alchemy? Well, in the book here it says, we've pretty much finished all the metallurgic constructs at this point. We have made the copper charger, we haven't made the cinder staff, and that takes silver, so I don't want to make it. But maybe another day we will make it when we're feeling real desperate. And then the cinder plinths. How much does it take to make more plinths? I'm pretty sure it's just an annoying recipe. Yeah, it's not actually that bad. Wait, it takes silver. I'm not making more. Not doing it. Not doing it. Let's just see if we can, facilitate something here. So we need some item transfers. So let's get item. Not that, but the item. That's the thing. Extractors. And I think we need 4 of those. We're going to need item pipes, some bins and some chests, and a ton of leaves. So, we also need a dropper. There we go. And levers. Okay, so this stuff takes a lot of ingredients to make it happen. But I think this should go pretty well. Let's get this cooking up. How about right over here? We're not... we'll do it right up against this wall, just so it's a little bit out of the way. I could actually incorporate this one that's already standing into it. I guess I do want to make it somewhere where there's ember readily accessible. Oh yeah, all of these would need to be charged by ember. Ugh. That's a disappointment. Well, I guess maybe just doing one automated would be the best system, actually. It doesn't need to be the fastest thing. So let's automate this one. Let's try to, at least. So all I would need to do is take this. Let's just try to pipe this into this chest that's directly beneath it. I guess I couldn't do that necessarily. We're gonna pick this up for now and pipe it into, well, a chest over here. So let's put a chest over to here, because I'm pretty sure I have to have at least one pipe in the circuit for this to work. And the item I need right up against this is the extractor. So this will let me put down 2 item pipes here. And that would make this pipe in all of the ash into this chest. So just to make sure at least that aspect of it is working, let's get some of that cooked up. But the important part here is we need to make sure this is a steady flow of leaves. It wouldn't be an over time thing though, which is the problem, and I'm pretty sure this caps out at a certain point. Oh yeah, I need to turn this on. I was like, why is it just spitting it out at me? That's why. Now that's working. So it filled up everything that was already in there, and now the ash that is slowly being created. So that's already a better system. But I would like to get another chest up here, and yeah, it's really not that much better of a system, if I really complicate it. But it would be like this. We take one of the extractors, that'll extract items from the chest, put some pipes up here, so it'll go essentially, let's put it at the front so it looks a little more aesthetically pleasing. And then it would go out to there, out to here, and I don't even know if this is gonna work actually, but we will find out very quickly. So the dropper would spit items directly into there, the item in this scenario being leaves. So let's get leaves and throw those into there. Now one thing I did think of making could actually be like a recycler thing. Oh, I can't do that when there's on top of it, because you can't open the chest when it's on top like that. Okay, well let's do it on the side then, make this a little easier for everyone. Let's do it on this side so we don't cut into the pathing of it. There we go. It's not the prettiest thing, but it's a test. To be fair, all of this is a test. So we throw leaves in there, and well, that spits them out on top of that. We'll see if it continuously cooks them or not. I don't know. We'll find that out soon. But we have more alchemy to do. So let's throw all this into here and take some of this out. And there we go. Plenty of ash. Let's throw these other items back in here just since we would like to have some inventory space. That'd be very nice. We should keep this healing thing around. So let's just throw all these items into there. And we'll pop the healing item right on top of, oh, that actually works. Nice. Yeah, I can live with that. Anyway, what do we want to make here? Transmutation. So we made this sword. We have isolated materia. We have combustion chambers for stuff. I guess we need to find out what this stuff does. The wildfire core, the ember cluster, which I have made one of, is a bit too uncontrolled for all purposes. While it's suitable for the immolation of items within the combustor or the catalyzer, a core must be created from it to refine purposes. Okay, so core is something. Metal crystals is synthesized metal crystal seeds for... Okay, so I guess I could plant stuff? Plant crystal seeds? That's pretty cool. And then placing ember injectors facing it, powering it with ember, and the seed will begin to be fed and grow slowly. The seed will let loose several metal nuggets that can be collected. Well, I don't exactly need that when I have transmutation. The field chart is what I really want to make, finding spots with high ember concentration, which, you know, it's not super necessary, but look, it looks big and important. I want to make one. So, let's see if I can get the field chart. Field chart. And that is made with, oh, I already made the ember crystal cluster, so that's actually very easy. We don't need to do any transmutation for it. I was getting worried. So we'll use this crystal cluster. I'm sure it'll be fine. And we can build probably another larger item, I would imagine. And boom, we have the field chart. Because when they're shaped in a little box like this, well, you tend to need some room. So that's the alchemy area over there. I guess we can put it here to kind of cover up that. And oh my, that's cool. I guess that means that there's a higher concentration of ember this way. That's cool, and I guess I could keep picking this up and looking everywhere. Alright, let's just leave this here for now. But that's neat. That's really cool. And there's a decent concentration right here. Like, we're on the edge of this big thing. If we went any further in either of these directions, we wouldn't really be getting a ton of ember. But we still have plenty being dug from the earth down here. We might want to make another ember mining establishment at some point. But for now, like, it's steady coming in. Well, not as steady as it was before. But we still have plenty of ember. If we ever run out, then we'll worry about packing up and moving shop. Anyway, what other items can we make? Let's skip to the last page, see if there's anything really cool. Like a caster orb, flame barrier, resonating bell. I really don't know what any of this will do. Inferno forge. Let's look up an inferno forge. What will that do? Inferno forge. So this is just another recipe, but it does take a wildfire core. So I think that's the next thing we have to make. But to make that, we are going to need another ember crystal cluster and some dawnstone stuff that we already have, as well as, I believe, an iron aspectus. So, well, we're going to show you through the whole process. So if you're ready for some alchemy, here's your jam. So we're going to need the ember crystals, we're going to need ember shards, and I believe we need gunpowder to make the other thing, so let's grab some of that. And of course, ash. Lots and lots of ash. We're gonna need more ash than a Pokemon game out here. What does that even mean? I don't know. Anyway, let's take a look at the recipe for the crystal cluster, just so I make it right. I think I could have, you know, just to prove myself, I'm gonna see if I can guess this off the top of my head, because I did attempt to make it a few times. So we have the crystal right in the middle, and if I put extra items down, it's fine. We're gonna probably want to make extra clusters anyway. And these will go around here, and this will go here, and I think that's how it goes. Whoa. Full moon. Well, should be perfectly fine. You know, nothing to hunt, no vampires trying to attack me, but if they do, whew, they'll be in trouble. Anyway, to make these crystal cores, we are going to need ash. And that amount of ash is... Actually, no, that's not where I want to find the amount of ash. I wrote it down in my book that I told you about. So, we need, for the cluster, 27 of dawnstone and 27 of copper. Easy. So, we need, well, it's 27 ash in the copper thing, but it's fairly easy to understand. So we have dawnstone over, or we have copper right here, and dawnstone right here. No other ash in anything else. And all we need is a big old beam. And that should be working fine. But we're also going to need to make a iron aspectus for the next step. So let's actually get a couple of ember shards here. Oh, cool. Looks like the funnel system decides to work today. Or at least part of it. And we can put these, there's plenty in there already. We just need to melt down some iron and stick them in here. Oh, there's a whole bunch of these silver aspectus. Let's just keep them in there for now. I don't want to touch those. And we just need to melt down iron. So let's grab iron. It should be very easy to do. We don't even need that much. Let's just grab like 8 iron. I think that'll be more than enough. And we're not going to put it through the whole centrifuge system. As you can see, we got some extra molten dawnstone from that. Or rather, molten copper. We are going to put it through this to be dropped into there. I think it already went, since it was only 8. Let's just keep this up so we can actually pay attention to it next time. And double check that it's in there. And it is. Question is, why isn't it being cooked? Probably because we're out of ember, and we indeed are. So, to link up the ember, all we have to do is hit it from... We have to go over to this part of the machine, and just hit this, and connect it to here, and fire away. Let's just start charging it up. But we should have some crystal clusters over here. Yeah, that's the first one. I want to make a spare, because, well, I have the items already all set up there to do it. Seems like a convenient time to do so, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be needing more crystal clusters for this type of process. So, there we go. I think I'm getting the control of this. What's going on over there? It's another one of those purple seeds. It's 2 more of them. I'll tear those to pieces. Let's see if I can actually get this. It's too far for me to shoot the laser cannon at it. Or is it? Or is it? I might be able to hit this one. So, ow. Ow. Let's aim it from here. And let's see if we can fire away. No, it would hit the receptor. It wouldn't work. Yeah, I could just shoot this cannon at it like we have done before. But hey, that worked again. Let's get a little more ash. So we can, no, not my hammer, not my hammer. There we go. Let's scoop that up. So we can get a 3rd crystal cluster while we're still waiting on that iron to melt down. And we need 27. So I'm not doing this in a very efficient way, am I? Not at all. There we go. There we go. 27, 27. And it's really not that hard once you get all the numbers correct. And fire away once more. There we go. And now, let's tear up some seeds before they corrupt my home. Yeah. It hurts, but my regeneration can compensate for that. That's one down, and they drop these purple crystals. Hey, creeper, you gotta get out of here or else you're gonna be hurt. Yeah. You can set things on fire and then hit them. Okay. I still feel the effects. Oh, what's happened to you? You're like corrupted by this. I know one way I might be able to help you out. Hold still, buddy. It's like a corrupted, supercharged creeper. I want it. Okay. Well, I want it. This is gonna be... I'm not assuming... I know we have sparkles that's living right now. This is unheard of. But, yeah, I really want him. So, if you live this, you're a sparkles. Oh my god, he did... Wait. Oh, he needs to be reduced even more. Okay. Wow, it's like the taint is giving him more power. Oh, that's funky. It's real funky. And pop. Let's take care of you. And let's see if we have that wolfsbane. Spreading everywhere. The wolfsbane, the purple goo. It's nasty. But it looks like this is working, so let's get it pumping. And yeah, iron is now going into this thing. Does this have ember? Yes, it does. So, is that a plate mold on there? Yes, it is. So let's make sure we got all the stuff out of here. And, oh, really? All my ash went into there? Alright, let's get this silver put away. Maybe we need some more than just 8 iron to make it happen. So let's do just that. Actually, I can get the iron right here. Iron. Or maybe it's just taking some time to melt. I don't know for sure. I guess it's only just got an ember, so... I doubt 7 is the accurate amount to make it flawless. But the ember is... No, the ember's looking pretty good. Oh, and it stopped cooking it. How many of these did we get? 0! Fantastic. How much liquid is in here? Oh, there's some silver in here. That's the problem. Okay, so I know how to fix this. We can pump the silver out with this, and now the iron will go into there, and hopefully it's making iron aspectus. Let's double check. It is indeed... No, it's making more silver! Get this silver out of here. Get this lead out of here. I want the iron. There it is. Now we should be getting iron aspectus. And there we go, we have it. Let's put these other ones away. We'll let that just make whatever it wants to make, because it's fine. And we have the iron aspectus. Now we need to break down one of these to make it really work, so of course we'll break down the silver one. Ah, darn it, that made me pick up another silver one. I forgot about that part. I do hate me some silver. Nope, has to be even. Need this to be aesthetically pleasing. I don't even know if that's a word. Man, this is a cool creeper. That's a cool dude right there. There we go. We have the iron aspectus there, and we can put the rest of these into here. Excellent. Put these here, and we need to make that wildfire core. So to make said wildfire core, we need... Oh wow, there's a lot of cool cores we can make. But we need the wildfire core. So we need a motive core, 2 dawnstone ingots, and a copper plate. So let's get a motive core. Oh yeah, it's not in there. Neither is the dawnstone. What am I doing? And we need copper plates. Now, we're gonna probably need to do this multiple times because, as I mentioned, it's not a flawless process. So we're actually gonna probably need all 3 of these clusters. Actually, we only need 2, but I'd like to make a second one while I'm at this. So we have that, and we need the cores, which I should have, yeah, plenty of here. Almost every one of those golems that we fight has one of these cores implemented into their system, so, you know, it's not that hard to accomplish. We do need to get this stuff out of here now that we're done making that. So let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. And that. And that. Perfect. So I believe the core went down in the middle. I believe the crystals went on top. And I believe the copper plates went on the bottom. And dawnstone went on either side. And that should be correct. Let's just make sure so we don't mess everything up entirely. And that is correct. Now, what kind of ash do we need? We need, let's start off with 32 iron and 24 silver. So, do we have any extra ash chilling in here? Of course we do. Actually, this thing's probably out of ember. Yeah, let's just use this system more, because it seems to still be hooked up. In fact, I don't even have a gauge on it, so it's probably still hooked up. Let's get some leaves, and let's throw them into here. I don't know for sure if that system actually worked or not. Oh, it is out of ember. Well, we know how to remedy that. We just need to go up here, hit that, and give it something to receive. Okay, I picked up the leaves. Does this even have ember in it? That's the question. It does. Only 1,700, but that's ember. It's alive! I've finally found a way to make this work, and a way to make it pretty automated. I have these items here that I don't need anymore. And no, not the hammer! Oh, well, there goes the hammer. And whenever I drop an item on the ground, such as this dropper we don't need anymore, it gets automatically sucked into this vacuum, which puts it into the chest, which is currently off right now, so I can get my hammer back, and the hammer's not a hard item to get. But then, I can flick this, and it all gets piped directly into here, cooking up a delicious ton of ash. A delicious ton of ash. Okay, yeah, it is cooking up. Whew! So that's actually working. And if I do keep this thing constantly fueled by ember, through just one of these, maybe I'll put a, sender in the back. Or, well, there is a sender in the back. Maybe I'll just use that one instead of the front one here. Then, this should be a constant system. So anytime there's some trash dropped, yeah, we'll be able to see it now. What do I got randomly? We got this gunpowder that we don't need anymore. Whoop! It goes away, up into here, and is shot into this thing. Now, it's kind of full right now, so it's going to be a little glitchy, but in time, I think this is working. I mean, it's certainly not getting spit anywhere else, is it? I did have a problem with the dropper that when something's dropped into here, it also gets sucked into this, which kind of makes an infinite loop of items, which is probably a bad thing. But anyway, it's time for more alchemy. We have going here all the ingredients we need for the wildfire core. Now, it's going to take probably 2 attempts, because, well, it'd be funny if it didn't take 2 attempts. But we have this going through. Now, it's going to make some waste, is what I'm trying to say. It's going to make alchemical waste, because we only put the, one of the potential amounts of ash that we could need in there, when it's likely going to need something quite different. And that's okay. But, there it is. We have the waste, and it says, we're only off in the iron by 4, and off in the silver by 6. Okay. So let's just double check the recipe to see what we put there. And it is apparently 32 iron, so that means we need 36 iron and 30 in the silver. Alright, so 30 and 36 in the silver. So, iron right here, and silver right here. Just gotta flick it again. All the ingredients should still be there because I put in extra. Huh? Oh, might not have been charged up enough to start the action. So let's make sure this thing is gathering everything we need over here. Because I'm pretty sure this is the receiver that's fueling the system over there, which is a little weird. But soon this will be picking up the stuff from there. And we can set this to, instead of from all the way over there, pick up from right here. Even though this doesn't want to send out any ember, even though it totally has ember. Oh, it doesn't anymore. Well, then there's your problem. Okay, well, we'll figure that out soon. But, because I think we have enough ash to fill this process through. But we definitely need the ember to collect into here. So, if you'd be so kind and deliver your ember here while I go kill this vampire in the distance, it would be great. Where'd that thing go? Is he down here? Where is that vampire? Oh. We got some other... Calm yourself down. I'm with you. We got more of these things. Just spewing out the... Ow. Spewing out the stuff. Let's get in this before we lose our regeneration. Oh, just lost it. The werewolf regeneration should be good enough. Doesn't stay on fire for long. Got it. That's one down. Probably need to charge up myself for this soon. Got it. All dealt with. Yikes. Okay. Let's morph back. And another crisis averted. This stuff is popping up everywhere. We got these little plants growing here now. Let's get rid of those. Because those are nasty. Ugh. We got these everywhere. I think we might have a problem. This, all this magic is bad. And this thing is still growing. How deep do you think this... Oh, that's building a cave down there. Well, as long as you don't mess with my machine, we can live in harmony. Understand, giant dark tentacle thing? Anyway, did this work? Wait, no, we're still waiting for it to get a charge. And that's 2,000. What? There's the ash. There's the ash. Should be working. Why is it not working? Let's just take the items off, put them back. We're trying to make the wildfire core, right? Yeah. So we have all the items there. We should have, what was it, 32 to 24. So this waste dictates that we need 36 and 30, which we should have. Oh, did I put? No, this should be it. It's iron there and silver here. Was it 36 silver? Or did I have it backwards? Either way, it should be going, which is scaring me. Huh. So it was indeed, yeah, 36 iron, 30 silver. So in here we have, well, we did have it mixed up, but it still should be working regardless. So 36 iron, 30 silver. Oh, we can try hitting the button again, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't the problem. You know, I'm starting to see why the ancestors didn't think I passed the intelligence test. Sometimes it just doesn't all add up, you know? Sometimes, but hey, we got it now. That's the important thing, right? So let's get ready to make another one here. We needed 36 and 30, right? There we go. Let's get the old book at the ready. And be ready to type this once it works. Okay, so what am I making right here? Hey, it worked! So let's get another one of these going. What was it again? The iron needed 36, and I needed 30. Okay, cool. We had it right this time. Okay, flick it again, and put down in the book. New page, wildfire core. 36 iron, 30 silver. Done. Now we can forget about that and use this wildfire core to create that machine thing. What was that machine thing again? I know we've been going for a little bit, but it's the Inferno Forge. So the Inferno Forge should be the last step in getting our embers mastered. So the Inferno Forge. So we need the core, we need a block of copper, 2 blocks of dawnstone, and 2 pieces of dawnstone. So let's grab all these things. So we have the core, we need 2 blocks of dawnstone, 2 pieces of dawnstone. So let's get those made. Nailed it. And then, yeah, so 2 blocks of dawnstone, 2 pieces. We need the core. We needed a, what was it, copper plate? I have perfect memory, shut up. Iron plate and Caminite bricks. Alright. Iron plate and Caminite bricks. And then hopefully this should get us exactly where we need to be. So boom, boom. Probably like there. It's definitely in the middle. The iron plate was there. I don't remember what was in the bottom. And it's probably very important. Alright, let's take a look what I forgot. I forgot the copper block. Well, I need to grab that then. Let's get enough copper to make a block. Nice and simple. And just to make sure we do this right. And yeah. Copper, blocks, we're good. So copper goes in the middle, dawnstone goes up here, wildfire core goes into... Don't tell me I lost my wildfire core. Ah, here it is. It's literally the first item in my inventory. I'm not going crazy, you're going crazy. And that, because anything that does get dropped gets sucked up into the thingy. Anyway, Inferno Forge. This should be one of the craziest items in this entire system. Let's see what it looks like right here. Oh baby. This is the biggest thing yet. So what's this Inferno Forge do again now that I've made it? Once the heat bar of an item has filled up, it must be tempered. While supplied with ember power, the Inferno Forge can do just this. Open the hatch on top, toss in a heat-filled item, as well as crystalline ember. The more ember crystals you put in, the more likely you'll succeed, and once you level up an item, you can grant it a modifier slot. Modifiers can be attached to the item on a dawnstone anvil, and up the level of the item. Okay, so these are modifiers. The Cinder Jet is an armor augment that lets you perform a dash. Okay, so that's if I made the armor. What about the Blasting Core? It's an augment that creates explosions when applied to tools. Alright, what about the Caster Orb? It's a tool and it creates projectiles of activated ember. Okay, any item can have this, it looks like. What about the Superheater? Simple thing that can apply to items that have accrued heat. When applied, all broken blocks are cooked automatically. Well, my hammer kind of already does that. What about Flame Barrier? Armor that creates a shield of flames? Alright, Eldritch Insignia. Let's see, armor, certain mobs become afraid of me. Let's see, Fallen Wisdom. Let's see, boost experience gained with an augmented weapon. We definitely want that. And then the Resonating Bell lets a tool ring through objects and find particular... This is some good stuff. I think we're gonna wanna make some armor. Oh, we should turn this off now because I think I just cooked up my Inferno Forge. Hold on, we can save it. We can save it. That's the dropper. That's the gunpowder. Oh dear. All right, where's this stuff being stored at? Is it in here? Is it in here? Hold on, we need to don't cook my forge. I can see why the ancestor didn't choose me to be beta. All right, it's simple. It's simple. We just get another chest. We just get another chest. If we get another chest, pop that chest like here, then the pipes will go automatically into there, and we'll be... Literally the only item I saved was my forge. Nailed it. All right, don't need the dropper anymore. I will keep the alchemical waste just because I don't know, what that's used for, and I'm sure we'll use it eventually. We can get rid of rotten flesh and gunpowder. Hold on to the crossbow arrows and the bricks, but everything else is good to go. So this has created us a good amount of ash. I think this is going to be a good system. I think this is going to be a good forge. And hopefully, these stupid giant purple monsters will stop spreading and trying to taint my area. But aside from that, I think it's time for us to open up some lucky blocks. And look, I made them look like one of those alchemical tables. with the 5 items in it. Anyway, thank you for leaving your likes. Once again, I am out of town and I don't know exactly how many there are. So we got 5. If you guys have, gone a little bit over 1,000, I'll of course compensate when I get back. But remember, this is one of the last opportunities to vote for the beta. So you can find that link in the description, probably in a comment, and then cast your vote. Will it be Hannah, Relena, Brian? Let us know. For you should represent the spirits of the ancestors, and I break blocks. For you, of course. We have chickens! And diamonds. Ooh, those egg breaks were silent. Oh, gold blocks, so far so good. No tragedies like last time. We got some explosives, and finally, iron. Oh, well, nice. We got cool stuff. How you feel about that, fried chicken? Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna fry the chickens. Just the sheep.